Welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Roles can be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play in as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why your person's doing what they're doing. That's important when we're connected to someone that wears masks because people that have shadows and blocks, they create illusions. And so, again, those illusions usually trigger us. So, we'll also look and see not just why your person's doing what they're doing, but why you're attracting who you're attracting into your life and what you could possibly do to shape shift the energy because there's many different realities that play it at one time. So your level of consciousness depends on your core beliefs. And so we're going to be looking and seeing what needs to be cleared, what needs to be integrated and transmuted, and how to transmute that negative energy, which is really important. A lot of people forget about that step. They say, I already learned, I already know what happened. Why am I still living these same experiences? It's because you're an energy being. So without actually transmuting the energy, just because you have the new awareness doesn't mean anything. You actually have to ground it. You actually have to do something different so you'll see yourself differently. And that is what clears the energy. And when you see yourself differently, people see you differently. That's the way that it works because everything that is happening on the outside is because of what's going on the inside. All right, let's take a peek and see what the card of the video is. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you want to know what the card of the video is, but you also have to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's see what the energy is. We're going to be using my deck, the Psychic Soul Healer Oracle deck, to pick the card of the video. Aren't these cards so beautiful? So pretty, and the cards are so big. Like you just don't like get to see, all of them because, like I said, I am not using these for the reading. I'm just using them for the card in the video. Now, these are shadow healing cards, and they come with a workbook that has over 100 healing exercises in it, all shadow healing exercises. And it also teaches you how to deepen your meditation practices, how to use them for that, as well as open your psychic ability. And you can purchase them right through my website or through Fourth Wall. All right, let's take a peek and see what the word of the video is. It is vanity. Vanity. Feel like you're in separation from a person that cares a lot about what other people perceive of them. And this person has a big ego. They just think that they are just the cat's meow, they think that they are like too hot to trot, that they're untouchable. And, this person, like I said, has such a big ego. I don't really even feel like they let you in that much. You know, that's the energy there. There's a this let's pull some more. Feel like when you dealt with this person is again when a person like thinks that they're so good looking, they don't really feel like they need to put in a lot of energy. That's what I'm pretty much getting at. They also think that they can get anyone who they want to get, and it's not because it's the truth. It's because, again, this person has a lot of confidence and they go for lower hanging fruit a lot of times, so they're not really looking for a relationship. They look more, they care more about what like quantity instead of quality. They care more about how other people make them feel than actually establishing a real relationship is what I'm getting at. So I don't really feel like they gave you that much, but we're going to take a peek. Yeah, like this person really is insecure. That's what it is. See, they hide behind the facade, but they don't really know what to do when it comes to like establishing a real relationship. They will always seem a little bit lost. And the person that seems lost is because they don't know who they are. And they wouldn't know who they are if, again, they're placing who they are by what they look like, what they have, their outside material things, their possessions, again, everything that makes them appear to be confident, to be successful, to be wanted. It's again, this is how this person lives. But we know that a person that does that is actually someone that's really insecure, which would make sense why they focus more on quantity instead of quality. Because down deep inside, I don't think this person can actually hold on to a real relationship. After a while, it would get boring. Even the physical attraction over time doesn't last if that's all that there is. And I feel like this is why this person's insecure. It's because they base a lot, again, on who they are, on the outside appearances, on their material, but not on putting the energy into actually creating themselves, into pouring energy into finding who they are, into, again, establishing real, authentic connections. Because the connections that we build help us go through difficult times. They give us feedback. This person has trust issues because they're insecure. So they don't really let people in. But again, this is why they're lost. They don't really know how to go about having a true relationship because they don't even know who they are. So again, they deceive. But again, this person comes from a fear-based consciousness. They don't really believe that people can like them for who they are because they don't know who they are. So because they don't know who they are, they actually don't like who they are down deep inside. That's why they hide behind the material and again, what they look like. So when you were dealing with them, you always felt like you're either don't know how to treat me or you're always trying to get over on me. And I feel like in the beginning you thought, well, this person just isn't a good conversationalist. Or this person just is a little bit private. This person has been hurt before because they tell you all that they've been hurt before, so they can't really give to the connection in a confident way. It's like they made it like you were judging them because you were like, well, we don't really have a conversation. You don't really tell me anything. You talk about your stuff. You talk about how much money you have, your investments, but you don't talk about anything that I could really relate to. Because even if you have money, it's not like you're going to sit there and talk to this person about stocks and bonds and what you've invested in. I feel like you may have money, but you let an investor do that. You don't, it's not a language that you would feel really even comfortable with. So I feel like there was a part of you that's like, I don't really connect to you. And this person could feel it because they are intuitive, they're insecure. So again, they could try to strategize, and that's someone that is not really in their heart. It's someone that's, again, they're in their ego. They're trying to, again, navigate the relationship. And really what you saw is in order for this person to be comfortable in a relationship, it meant you giving up your time, your power, your energy, everything everything. If the relationship was going to work, it was because of everything that you were going to do. Now, this person, like I said, is vain. So they have gotten people to do that for them before. This person didn't take the time to actually get to know you. So I think that they misjudged you. Yeah, they were trying to again create a lot of illusions. Like, this is how successful I am. I'm so desirable. I'm going to breadcrumb you and not really give you the time. And when I do give you the time, I'm going to talk about superficial things. I'm going to talk to you about things that make me appear to be better. This is them. Like I said, I'm gonna create a lot of illusions so that you desire me. And I believe that that works for lower hanging fruit, for people that don't know who they are. All you knew is that it was weird energy. You're like, you talk to me, but we don't really have conversation about anything. It's like you gave time, but you never felt the relationship ever getting any deeper. You never felt that that person emotionally bonded to you, and they didn't because they were too busy strategizing, too busy deceiving, too busy creating illusions, too busy trying to get you to give them all your time or your energy because, hey, I'm showing you who I am. So again, a person that boasts like that, you knew was insecure. And it's that they are. And they were excessive about it. It's the more that you would try to explain what your needs were, I feel like the more that this person actually got triggered, would get anxiety, and they just wouldn't do it. They would give other people time. Again, I'm desirable, I'm important. Again, creating the illusions of who they thought you would want to be, to be a partner with, but that's not really who they are. It's like they know that that's parts of them that they don't have, but they don't really want to cultivate those parts of themselves. They don't want to take the time to find who they are. That takes work, that takes time, that takes energy. This person wants other people to do that for them, which there's very needy energy, which is why they're insecure when it comes to relationships. They don't really believe that they can have long-term relationships because long-term relationships don't work out. And they wouldn't if this person is so busy creating illusions and not really creating authentic, deep relationships. Like you're not falling in love with a person's car or the home that they live in. But this person has attracted people because of those things as well as their looks. But then what happens is that the relationships don't last because a relationship that's just built on superficial things is only built on lust too. So over time, it doesn't wear well. Eventually, you have to have real conversation. You really have to be able to take care of yourself. You have to be a whole person. This person is fragmented. They don't know who they are. They think that they're their looks. They think that they're their car that they drive. They think they're the illusions that they create. And you just got tired of it. You're like, I'm tired of the relationship not fulfilling me. I'm tired of you deliberately and excessively repeating the same behavior. So either you don't know what to do or you don't care. But either way, I'm not getting what I need. If anything, you're trying to consume me with what you want me to do for you, but you're not even asking me. It's the way that this person was manipulating things. They were someone that would boast and brag about all their successes and all the money that they have and these outside things, when meanwhile, you're like, I want to get to know you. So you became emotionally exhausted because you weren't getting anything back. That's why you were tired. Yeah, empty. Like I said, this is actually the best word. You felt like the relationship was just empty. It didn't feel like it wasn't fulfilling to you, okay? Like this person wanted you to think that they were worth the weight, that eventually that they would give it to you. But the truth of the matter is they don't know even where to begin. They don't know who to give. They don't know how to give, I should say, not who to give. It's like this person doesn't give authentically. They give emptiness. And again, and a lot of times if they just give time and are able to keep people caught up in the illusion, they get other people to form the emotional connection to them because they are like actually they are giving time. They're just talking about themselves. They're just, hiding behind their possessions, but they attract needy people, as I said. And so those relationships don't go anywhere. They're empty straight across the board because you have one person that's not giving and then another person that doesn't know who they are, that thinks that they're going to get their emotional needs or whatever else, possibly money, because that's what this person hides behind. That's what they lead with, their possessions, that they attract people that say, well, I would like to have some of that. I would like to be with you because then you're going to spoil me. You're going to treat me well. You're going to pour into me. But then what happens is this person doesn't pour into them. What they do is they drop that person like it's hot after they've taken sexually and emotionally from this person, from the people that they tend to be with. So this person was just trying to play the same game with you, where this person is also used to the relationships not working out because people get pissed off when, they feel that they've been used, and that's what this person does. They wind up using for, again, sex, emotional connection, or whatever else that they can get. Again, they use people. And so, like I said, the person that comes in that doesn't have a good self-esteem, that's attracted to them because of all that they have, well, they feel used and then it turns toxic. So this is how this person led with you. Well, I'm a little like, I can't because relationships don't really work out. They hold back. They create it like all their relationships are with crazy people. They don't look, they're unaware of how they're contributing to the negative karmic connections that they create. So even with you, like I said, I feel like they perceived you to be like everybody else. And so you didn't act like everybody else because you were like, you're not giving me anything in return. I can see your brokenness. And in that brokenness, you treat me as if I'm like a conquest. You make things too difficult purposely. That's what you do. This is what you said to this person. You were like, you hide behind, again, your vanity. You hide behind, again, personas, illusions, and you want me to believe it. And I could possibly believe it. This is you, Virgo, saying I could possibly believe it if you gave to me, but you don't give anything. You give a bunch of nothing. You give a bunch of nothing, like looking for that card. Again, where it's like in that, I see that you're broken because anyone that hides behind their stuff. So let's see where this person is right now, if they're going to do anything. But even if they were to do anything, unless they did healing, unless we see like an awakening card here, or again, that they're actually doing healing work, I mean, I wouldn't take this person back. And just even if they are doing healing work, they're probably not on your vibration because they don't know who they are. And they're too comfortable in living this lifestyle where, they're constantly getting their ego fed. It's all about their vanity, like, which is their ego. So there's a sense of, I don't really even want to do the work. If this person needs to heal their inner child, I feel like they know that. It's again because they don't really feel like they belong anywhere. Is like every single relationship, like I said, doesn't work out. So there's a belief that they can't have it, like I said earlier, and but it's all because they need to do the inner child work. But I didn't feel like they really wanted to do it. No, they're angry about it. They don't want to be uncomfortable. They don't like anyone that shows them who they really are. they get triggered. They don't see or have the awareness to know that your emotions are the gateway to spiritual healing. They don't care about that. It makes them angry. They get stuck in mad, which then I feel like they try to run around and find somebody that's on a, that's going to give them the time and energy that feeds them, feeds their ego, makes them feel attractive, makes them feel desirable, makes them feel successful and powerful, which is what this person tries to do. They're so busy in doing that because what the bottom line is that this conquest, that's it. It's like they get a charge out of it. It's like a game to them. It actually feeds them. They like it when people get mad. This person's mad because you're not giving them anything. And what you're saying is you need healing. You need healing. You're the one that doesn't belong. I belong. I have friends. I'm interactive in my life. You're not giving me anything. I believe that this person's never really been challenged before. So of course, it's opening up a wound. So again, they're being triggered. So they're angry. And it's again triggering their jealousy. Because you really truly are someone that's created yourself. You're someone that's independent. You're someone that's on a higher vibration. You're more of a spiritual person. You don't hide behind material things. You're not saying, this is who I am, the car that I drive. You're not leading with how much money you have in your bank account. That's not an identity. It actually shows how insecure a person is when they come into a relationship and they brag. I think that this person's used to people not not knowing the difference, where you know the difference. And so you don't just know the difference, you're living a different life, which is why you're able to see this about this person, why they weren't able to deceive you. Part of the game that they play is not just about hooking up and taking without giving, but it's that the person gets mad, that the person then gets jealous because then they go off with somebody else. So then, the person that they just used is upset and wants to talk to them and wants to, see where they went wrong. Again, people of a lower hanging fruit that came in that saw all the glitz and thought that they were going to benefit from it. And then when it's kind of taken away, of course, those people are like, what happened? What did I do? Which feeds your person's ego even more. I don't even want to call them your person, the person that's connected to you. But what we see here is their inner child wound. We see that because of anger and jealousy. This person doesn't want to do the work. They wanted it to, again, you just to be a conquest, to feed their ego. Yes, and what you did, you made them mad. You're making them mad because, again, what you're showing them is not who they truly are. Again, whatever the facade, the illusion that this person tried to sell you, you're like, that's not who you are. It's like, I can see who you are. It's like you're hiding behind your material game because you don't tell me anything. You might be in my life for a year now, but I don't know you any better than from the first day that I met you because you strategize, you're deceiving, you're trying to get over because you want one thing, and I can see it because you didn't run into a relationship with this person. You gave it time. And so again, you held back. So this person thought that they were going to be slick and come in and out of your life, hook up, get what they needed from other people, come back to you, see whether you're going to be their conquest. Oh, no. Okay. Then they ran back out and they always expected you to chase after them. That's not what happened. So they're angry because things are changing. And I feel like they're jealous because you're making things happen for yourself. You're connected to people that are like people that they possibly would want to hang out with. Again, you're actually living the life that they want, that they're so busy trying to create the illusion that they have. That's the difference. Now, I'm not saying that they're not good looking, but that's the only thing that they have, so they lead with that. Everything else is just an illusion, which is why they want to come in, get what they want, and get out. They don't really believe that they could be in a real relationship. They're unaware of seeing who they truly are because they need to heal their inner child. One more. Yeah, they have a lot of, again, like inner child wounds due to like the family that they grew up in, who raised them. I feel like they were raised in a relationship that was really codependent, where one person had all the energy and again another parent didn't, very codependent. And when I say all the energy, emotionally, they got their needs met, but they didn't really care about the person's needs, or they were not capable. I also feel as if this person was raised by parents that cared a lot about what things look like, self-image, and drilled that into this person's head to the point that they never found the time to actually create themselves. They were too busy caught up in creating the facade. So what we see here is that there's a part of this person that gets angry. They don't want to do the healing work. And it's almost like if they have to do the healing work, it's almost as if you won. That's the how they see it. It's almost like you got over on them. You made them a conquest where you're like, I don't really care. It's like at this point, because you haven't given me anything. And being that you haven't given me anything on an emotional level, there's nothing here. And so what it is that you've taken your power, and this person is being forced to look and say, well, why did that happen the way that it happened? And they wouldn't look at it unless you shattered their self-image. You shattered their self-image. So they're stuck in their ego right now. I don't see them doing anything right now because, again, they're angry. Yeah, they're angry. It's again, no, they're going to stay stuck in a victim mentality, and that's exactly what I felt. They have very tunnel vision, and because they're resistant to having to do the healing work. It's easier for them to stay in obliviation and denial. That's really what it is, and it's like because they don't want to. It's better for them to again quantity, have a lot of people giving them attention, even if they're a bunch of nobodies. No, and when I say nobodies, it's people that when we have relationships, hopefully they're contributing to our life. They're feeding us, and they're either feeding us on an emotional level or a mental level. They're stimulating us to grow, to be different. This person is again, instead of them seeing that you triggered them to try to make them grow, they're resistant. They're angry about it. They see it as like you're trying to win, you're trying to get over, that they would be weak, which again is in alignment with their vanity. It's all about what they will allow people to see them. So if they actually come back and apologize, again, they would seem weak. And so they were taught this behavior. They were taught this behavior. So we have to say, why would you attract a person like this into your life? Because you're a magnet of who and what comes into your life. And you're like, okay, this person isn't doing anything. All they're doing is, you know, running around. And yeah, like I thought that they were a good catch because they were attractive and I had a connection to them, but there's nothing beneath the surface of this person. The more that you gave it time, the more that you saw this, where this person thought that they were going to wear you down by coming in and out of your life, by not giving you anything, by flaunting everything that they had possession-wise, and how desirable they wanted to come across. But again, that's not who this person really is. First card out is joy. Second card out is security and safety. These are your inner child cards. So again, your inner child wounds and unless you heal them, they continue to play out as karmic themes within your life. So, which is what we see with the person that's connected to you. They're still living from that limited perception that it's more important about what other people perceive about you than it is about who you truly are. Where, again, these are your inner child wounds, where it's again, we see nurturing and we see self-sabotage. 3, 4. I pull 6. Confusion. And one more makes friendship. But if you see this kid is not anyone's friend. Anyone that goes friendship, it's like, it's not really friend. It's more like a friend of me, like someone that can't be trusted. So I'm feeling as if you grew up in an environment that didn't give you any emotional support. So in that, you didn't have any safety or security. You didn't feel that from the people that should have made you feel that way, which took away your joy, your happiness. So you turn to other people also to get your needs met, I feel like, when you were younger. And what you attracted was the same types of energy, people that only wanted to take from you, people that wanted you to do all the heavy lifting per se within the relationship, and that's just give it time and energy. So this person actually mirrored the same thing, but when you were a child, you again kept reliving this experience. I feel like all through high school, again, the relationships that you pulled in, you always felt like you gave more, you cared more, that when a relationship didn't work out, you had given more and you were actually sad that it didn't work out, when you felt like other people just moved on and they didn't care. And it's because they didn't give as much as you did. So this created a lot of confusion for you. But what you saw was it was something that kept like blocking you. So it was a way that you were self-sabotaging yourself, that you were actually pouring more into other people when you were a child than you were actually giving to yourself. So, like I said, I feel like you're making things happen. You again are secure within yourself. So, being that, it's like this person is seeing you now differently, but they're also being forced to see themselves and how angry they are. Well, how they're focusing that more on themselves, how angry they are. If you would have let this person into your life, they would have been angry at you. They would have been acting as if every little problem that existed was because of you. And that would definitely take your mind and your energy off what you were doing for yourself and giving it to this person. Again, the old pattern was that you got your happiness, your joy, and your nurturing from outside things. So you got, which is your security from friends or people, again, that really weren't as emotionally invested. Like I said, it made you confuse. It was very confusing. So this is why you put the energy into yourself. This is why you again you did that. This was like a past life connection. There's a part of you again that does need to live a spiritual to learn a spiritual lesson of forgiveness, which is why you attracted this person, because you still hold on to anger. You still hold on to a little bit of resentment because the people that should have loved you and should have supported you and should have been there for you didn't. They undermined you. So there was a sense that spirit like showed you that in order for you to heal that, to break the past life karmic cycle, was to forgive and to realize that you are whole by yourself, that you're connected to the divine. So you are love. And so you gave yourself that love. And you again grew yourself, became yourself, which again allowed you to find your exquisiteness. which is your unique individuality, which is how people are seeing you. They're seeing you for actually who you are. They're not seeing you for the car that you drive or the house that you have. I'm not saying they didn't see it, but they're not basing who you are on those outside things. They're basing you on who you are on your uniqueness, on your unique individuality, which allows you to actually form deep, intimate connections that are emotionally fulfilling to you. And that's really how you had to break this karmic cycle, right? Again, that's when the cycle was ended. It's like because you were no longer narrow-minded, you evolved into a Christ consciousness because, again, you gave yourself the nurturing, you gave yourself the love, you gave yourself that support and the security that you didn't have, which is what you actually needed. And yes, you took the time to actually do it. So you integrated spiritual lessons, and those spiritual lessons were patience, obviously, to create yourself, to find your exquisiteness. It takes time. This person is a past life karmic mate. They were trying to get you to throw yourself off your path. You didn't do that. So in that, you became, again, the Christ consciousness is the energy of unconditional love. It's all emotions that are derived from unconditional love, which allowed you to, again, move into a place of merciless forgiveness. Again, because you can't go back in time to deal with the parents that didn't emotionally give to you, or the support that should have came from your friends, or like, again, frenemies is a person that wants to be your friend but is actually mean to you all the time and knocks you down. So you were dealing with karmic people that needed to heal, and so instead of them healing, they projected their woundedness onto you, which you lived from a long time from that level of consciousness, which is really self-sabotaging. But like I said, you got to a point with this person when they didn't give you, and it was so surface, and they were just trying to get you all caught up in the illusions of who they are instead of truly who they are. Well, that's when you broke like your past life karmic cycle, because you were like, no, I'm whole on my own. You became the energy of unconditional love by finding your unique exquisiteness, and that's your own style, and that's also the things that are important to you. It's everything. Your exquisiteness comes from the people that you connect to, the things that inspire you. It's where you're putting your time, your energy, your focus, your money. It's how much, again, you're doing for yourself, how much you're going to pour into yourself. And so when you, again, invested in yourself and not in this person, you got to, again, evolve into a higher state of consciousness, which allowed you to see yourself differently, which allowed you to forgive, which is what the energy that you needed to actually cultivate in order to break the karmic cycle, because you might have healed and said, "I well, I know what has happened." Let's just say you didn't heal 100%. You might have thought that you healed. Let me correct myself. You thought that you healed by saying, "Well, I I understand what happened." But I still don't know how to fix what happened. And so what happened with this person is they gave essentially nothing, and you were like tired. You're like, this person's emotionally draining me. They want to constrain me, but in that, I can't move forward. So again, you chose you. And that is why you found your exquisiteness. And that is, again, we know that there's no such thing as perfect, because not every single person's gonna love your style. They're just not. However, you will find your tribe. You will find the people that resonate with you, that make you feel connected, not just to yourself and to them, again, to collectively to the people that you're actually giving to and sharing your gifts with, but to God. So you became balanced, and in that you were able to see who this person was and call them out on who they are, which shattered their self-image, which is healing for them too. They're not happy about the healing. They don't want to do the healing. And the universe gives us free will to choose. However, you did your healing. So we end off with one last message from the universe, which is harmony. I open myself to the divine being within me. I am the image of God. Thus, I have the power to bring light into my life. I turn any darkness in me into something beautiful, which is exactly what you did. In the absence of resentment, anger, or doubt, I find harmony. So you were holding on to anger due to, again, the way that you were raised, due to not getting your needs met, not feeling secure, not feeling stable. That's a root chakra imbalance, by the way. When we don't feel as if we are, supported, then we tend to be more focused on our survival. And from a child's perspective, it's our emotional survival because we're not really feeling loved. We're not feeling like worthy or good enough. That's what this person made you feel. So what Spirit's saying is like that's why they came into your life. And when they came into your life, that wound came up and you actually transmuted it by finding your exquisiteness. And then you see the results. Results come after you embody the new consciousness. And so that's why this person is angry also, because they're seeing that you're not affected, that you're fulfilling yourself, that you're pouring into yourself. This person's not used to that. They're used to attracting people that are lower hanging fruit, and they completely misread you. And now what they're seeing is they also misjudge themselves, and that hurts the most for this person. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.